Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Lectric XP4. So the box comes with handles for two people to carry, and you'll notice that the weight of the bike is listed at 69 pounds and with the box 92. So you're probably going to need a helper to move this around or get it up a flight of steps. Tools I recommend opening the box: a pair of diagonal cutters, a knife or a box cutter, and if you don't have a pair of diagonal cutters, maybe a screwdriver. So with your knife, you're going to trim along the three sides and get your tape removed. And with the cutters, it's pretty easy to remove these staples. It seems to be pretty well packed, and I didn't see any damage on the box, which is a good sign. Okay, as we open this up, you can see there is glue. All right, got that open. Okay, let's get a cutter here. And this first box is not anything. It's protecting the top of the bike. And we have another piece that is protecting. Okay, our first bike accessory. It says open this box. So we'll do that. And we have two pedals. We have the screen. Two other things here. Looks like some directions. Okay, we have the bike lock. And we have the charger. So we'll set those aside and continue digging down into the box. Next thing we have here looks like the handlebar. It's got some tape on it. And we have a set of keys. And this looks to be more packaging material. Yep. Okay, so looking down inside here, we have some padding on the corners. We have the seat. We have the light that is protected. And the front fork. If I release the latch, I can pull the seat out. And this is one of their comfort seats. It's an upgrade, so if you get the 750 watt controller, the regular price for this model starts at $9.99. For the 500 watt motor, if you buy the 750, you're running a special for $12.99. So you'll get this seat post with the comfort suspension and an upgraded seat. So what I'm going to do, instead of cutting open the box, I'm going to lay this on its side. And pull it out. So what I'm going to do here first is put the handlebars together. What I noticed, there's a flat spot here. You line that up with this, and that should go in. I don't think I had done that before. Okay. Now we have some more parts to get undone. Over to here. Okay, these are all tied with I thought they were tied with slip knots. There they go. Some more packing material. If you're using a knife, just be careful you're not cutting into your paint. Look at that packing material. That is really sturdy. Okay, I'm going to put the kickstand down and swing the bike get that out of the way. Oh, here's something I want to show you. Here you will see this protector. That has to come off so you can close the bike. To latch the battery, I think I just needed to push it a lot harder or give it a bang. And for the pedals, these are easy on, easy off, rather than the old style that folded. So we just pull this out, slip it in, and that'll retract automatically, and you're locked in. So we'll reinstall our seat post. You'll adjust that to whatever height you need. And if this gets too loose and spins around, you're going to want to loosen your lever and tighten this a bit until that snugs tight. Okay, I think the only hookup we need to do is with a display screen. So you can see there's a slot right here for the display to slip into. Okay, now we have connections. Down here, there is a green wire, green end, and there is a little tiny nub, like a key, and you want to line up that key, and snap that together. Then we have one more connection. This is black, and it also has a key. You can put that together and kind of feel where that lines up and snap it together. See, they have a on-off switch here, and we'll turn that on. You can remove the protector on the screen. We'll go over here to our power button and give it a test. And there we have our screen. 70% charge from the factory. We'll top that off with the charger, and we'll go around and check some nuts and bolts, make sure everything is tight. So the bike lock comes with a wrench for installation and 2 straps if you want to mount it someplace, like on a bar here or here. But we can tell you from my experience and the experience of others, you cannot mount it here because the top of the lock will not come up through the bars. You're not going to be able to get it out of its cradle. So the best place to put it, you'll find 2 screws right under here. You can mount it. You release that strap, and it comes right out. While that's going on, if you want to go to your computer and do a Google search for Lectric XP4 user manual, you'll find help with the site. And clicking here, you'll get a list of the user manuals. You'll see the new XP4. Click on that, XP4 user manual, and you'll see a 74-page list. And you can go through that and check out what's on each page and perhaps print, not all of it, but you know, if you're interested in what the error codes might be, you could check that, or check your settings. Print off whatever you need. When you get your bike, check your tire pressure. I found that front and rear tires were at 10 pounds. I pumped that up to 30. You can do anywhere from 25 to 35 pounds. Okay, let's look at the shift lever. Here at your right handlebar, you'll see a little shift lever right here. When you want to shift up, you want to pull that lever back. When you want to shift down, you will use this lever. And here on the left side, you'll have your control for turning on the display and doing your different functions. And you'll have your throttle control here. And up here you have a switch. You toggle the top part in, and that will turn it on. To turn on the display, we'll go over here to your center button. That's your power button. Hold that down and your screen comes on. Once powered on, if you go over to your plus sign, hold that down. That will activate your headlight. So that's 3 seconds. The headlight has now come on, and your rear brake light or your driving light, that will be on. And to operate your turn signals, you would press the left or the right, and that will cancel after 10 seconds. You can also put this into flash mode if you so desire. And that is the brake light activated. To turn on your hazard lights, you'll press the left and right buttons simultaneously. And you can see up here at the display, you're getting a flash. The suspension lock button is located to the left of the headlight. You can click it to a lock or unlock position. On the other side, which would be the left side as you're sitting on it, that is your preload knob. You can turn that clockwise or counterclockwise. I have tried to turn it and it seems very stiff. So I don't know if it'd be best to put a wrench on that or not. To go into the settings menu, we want to press and hold the plus and minus. And that brings up our menu. Just to kind of walk you through the menu, if we press the down button and then hit the center button, it shows you that the controls will go into sleep after 10 seconds. The distance units can be set, tire size. The bike classification comes as a Class 2, and you can toggle down and change that to a Class 3 if you want. The assistance level. The pass level. If we go in and look at that. And look at the throttle output. And how you want to start your assist, if you want throttle or not. Walk mode. We'll keep that at 3. Your light operation. If you want to reset your odometer. That takes you through the basic settings. To get into your different pass settings, press the plus, and you'll start out with Echo, and these pretty much correspond to the old pass 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that was on the prior displays. Going back to our main screen again, if we hit the power button one time, you'll see we can get information on our cadence, our trip times, our trip distance, and odometer. Press that power button again. We can get more information about how the motor's doing and what our voltage is. So to recap, a couple things I've learned. First of all, the key down here simply operates a pin that locks the battery in place. So if you turn the key, that retracts the pin, and that'll allow you to take the battery out if you want to. So when you're traveling, you don't need to carry these with you. So the only thing you do to start the bike would be to turn on the power switch here. Secondly, the seat post, and this is the comfort seat, it has a spring in here, and when you ride over bumps, or at least when I ride over bumps, I notice that this does not have a real smooth fluid action as some suspensions might, so you may want to change that out. And just to give you a comparison of the comfort seat, this is the normal seat that would come with the electric bike, so it is substantially wider, and the foam is a lot nicer. For my initial first 2-mile ride, I can say that compared to the 2.0, it felt like the mid-drive on these gives me a little bit more vibration, but what I really like is the hydraulic brakes. They work exceptionally well and have great stopping power. Weight-wise, the 750 motor bike and frame is heavier than the 2.0. You can see down here that the frame is welted all together. So we have this part of the suspension that's all one piece. When we look at the 2.0, this rack is actually a bolt-on. So you only have this V as part of the frame. On the 2.0, the width of the battery bank is maybe 1.75 inches, while over here with the bigger battery, we have probably 2.5 inches. Well, thanks for stopping by the channel today for the unboxing. I hope you've enjoyed the video and perhaps learned something as well as I have. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider like and subscribing. The next video coming out, I'm going to be doing some upgrades to the handlebar section, adding a mirror and a bar for accessories. So stay tuned for that.